Hey everyone, my name is Brian Vickers and we're here at the Exposition Studios with the amazing producer, performer, guitarist, musician, and all around amazing guy, Mr. Kerry2Smooth Marshall. How you doing, Kerry?
I'm great, glad to be here.
Good, good, good. Well, you know what, let's get right into it. Kerry, when did you know that you wanted to make a career out of playing guitar?
I had my aha moment when I was deployed to Kuwait, just driving across the desert, getting all the equipment. That's when I was like, you know what, I definitely want to do this every day for the rest of my life.
Nice, that is deep. And speaking of your time in the military, how do you think it helped you as a performer and as an instructor?
I'll dive into the instructor part. I just remember having to teach soldiers how to do various jobs, how to really kind of like make things simplified and just really show them like at every level how to get to doing various things as a soldier. I applied those same principles as an instructor, like when I'm teaching people how to have that same kind of patience, how to break it down to the way I can be on their level, whatever way that they communicate, just to show them exactly how to accomplish that. And as an artist and as a guitarist, I apply those same principles as far as discipline and attention to detail. I take those same things from the military and I use them today.
Right, and clearly it worked out because your career is so amazingly strong and you've done so many great things. What would you say inspires you to teach?
Honestly, I remember being in that same place, understanding of what it felt like of wanting to get that information. So I told myself once I got to a certain level, when I got to the level where I felt I was accomplished enough, I definitely want to give back. Like I said, a preacher of mine said that sometimes you're the help that somebody needs. And I've always used that same principle and applied it in everything that I do, especially when it comes to teaching people how to play guitar.
Yeah, man, that's a great word. When would you say that you feel as though you developed your own sound?
Several years ago, I remember gleaning everything from the singer-songwriter stuff that I was doing, the alternative, the hip-hop, the R&B, the neo-soul, really just kind of making a pot of gumbo. And then when I was able to recreate that sound all the time, that's when I was like, I have my sound.
I'm sure you, and speaking of all those styles and genres, I'm sure you probably have picked up a myriad of influences. Who would you say are some of your musical influences?
Some of my biggest influences are Eric Walls, Tim Stewart, Sean Hinton. I like Mark Lettieri, Eric Johnson. There's various guitar players across the board that really give me something that I use in my playing today.
Nice, nice. And speaking of your own playing, in one sentence, how would you describe yourself as a musician?
As a musician, I feel like I'm like a Swiss Army knife. I have enough tools so it doesn't matter whatever situation I'm put in, I can definitely be the person for that job. I'm able to accomplish and give that sound whatever the artist needs at that particular time. Nice,
Renaissance man, that's incredible. Well, what would you say is your biggest strength as a guitarist?
The fact that I know the song and I can always like make a song feel good. That's what I say all the time, it's just making a song feel good. The artist feels comfortable with me as far as personality, and then they know whenever they have me on stage that sound, as far as a guitar lane, will be filled. Like I'm gonna do everything possible to make that song feel like it's supposed to feel.
Nice. And yeah, speaking of artists, you've played with some amazing artists, you know, everyone from Jason Derulo to Chrisette Michele and Ledisi. What would you say is your most proud moment as a guitarist?
I think the most proud moment for me as an artist would be like knowing when my parents saw me on Good Morning America, and then when I tell people who I play for, I don't have to do this song and dance, and when they look at me like, okay, yeah, we know what that is, right. So I don't have to embarrass myself. I think those are the most moments that I feel accomplished as an artist.
Yeah, definitely. It's great when the family doesn't have to guess, you know what I mean? Perfect. Well, also, what would you say was a time, even as accomplished as you are, what would you say was a time where you felt stuck or you felt as though you had hit a block as an artist?
That happens several times in my musical career. As a guitarist, I felt like I've hit the wall just trying to figure out what kind of chords should I play, how to solo, what kind of gear should I have. I mean, this happens various times along my career, just like you feel like you don't know what to do.
Right, right. Well, what would you say even now, what would you say are some of the challenges that you currently face?
One of the biggest challenges I face now is always chasing tone. You want to make sure your tone sets you apart from everybody else. You want people, when they hear you play it, hey, he's got this sound that I want. As far as gear, just trying to find out the right pedals, having the right kind of guitars, that's something that I'm always constantly chasing.
Nice, nice. Well, let's talk about Kerry2Smooth, the 2Smooth part. What would you say is a typical day for Mr. Kerry2Smooth Marshall?
I probably have my guitar in my hand anywhere from 6 to 8 hours. I'm working on music either for an upcoming show, I'm working on lessons that I'm teaching people currently, or I'm just trying to develop something new that I can show somebody else how to play this particular way or how to approach a song this particular way.
Has your practicing at all changed now that you have done more and work with a lot of bigger artists? Or?
Yeah, I'm more structured. I know specifically how I want to attack a song. Like I know I want to chord a song out so that way I can begin to like get it in my spirit and know how to play it with feel. I know like if I want to approach a solo, how to like, you know, different nuances of, I know how to break and dissect the guitar, so I can look at exactly how I want to approach each and every song.
Nice, got to get it in the spirit. I hear that. Well, what should any great guitarist know how to do?
They should know their fretboard. They should know how to chord. They should know how to solo. They should know how to use their pedals or their equipment properly, so that way you have a pleasant tone to whoever's listening, or whatever artist that you're working with doesn't complain about, oh, you're too loud, or this doesn't sound right, this doesn't feel right.
Right, yeah, you can't blow out the band, right?
No.
Good. Well, let's talk a little bit about the upcoming workshop that you have.
Yeah, I'm really excited about this upcoming workshop because it's my chance to influence so many people who want to learn from me. I've been getting questions, emails all the time about people wanting to learn how to play R&B guitar. It doesn't matter what level that they're at, even if they've been playing for years. There's people that always want to know various things in order how to enhance their playing. So that's why I developed this workshop, to give these people exactly what they want.
Right. And speaking of those people who are writing to you, what would you say as an instructor, what you see as some of the biggest challenges that people face?
Learning how to chord properly, knowing how to solo, knowing how to use their equipment, what kind of equipment they should have. If they should have this kind of guitar, if they should have this kind of pedal. There's so many different things that they ask across the board that I really just have taken this time to really kind of show with people what they should be using.
Understood. Well, what advice would you give someone who who's in that rut, or who's facing a block when it comes to playing either R&B or classical? Or
they need to sign up for this workshop. That's why I've created this workshop. This workshop is specifically to help those people that feel like they're hitting that wall. They don't know where to go, how to develop their playing, or what kind of stuff they should have. This workshop is designed for everybody.
Nice. And once again, when is this workshop?
December 5th.
December 5th. And where can they get more information about it?
Kerry2Smooth.com.
Nice, perfect. Well, it's been wonderful talking to you. Before I let you go, can you tell me, where do you see Kerry2Smooth Marshall about 5 to 10 years from now as an artist as well as an instructor?
As an artist, I definitely want to continue to be playing on stages all across the world. As an instructor, that's kind of where my passion is. So I definitely want to be in every household. Kids that are coming up that want to learn how to play, people that have been playing for years, that are gleaning from that information. When you hear somebody play, you be like, oh man, you sound like Too Smooth. I want to have that influence to where like people can begin to like, you know, hear somebody and know that like they've been influenced by the stuff that they've been learning from Kerry. For me as a guitarist, and also just from the different workshops that I've been doing.
Yeah. Well, it's been an amazing opportunity to be able to speak with you. Once again, everyone, thank you for joining us. For more information on the workshop, be sure to check out Kerry2Smooth.com. And the workshop is coming on December 5th. Thanks so much, everyone, and we'll see you next time.